nightmare. A mile-long 40-vehicle pileup. Brace yourself as a car slams into a semi. Then another. And then comes an 18-wheeler. It happened on an ice-slicked stretch of Interstate 80 outside Des Moines, Iowa.
We had gone from just a couple cars crashing in the ditch to approximately 40 vehicles that have been impacted with this collision.
Motorists in the opposite lane are stunned.
Oh no. Oh. Watch out, watch out, watch out.
It just keeps happening.
You can't do anything.
The disaster unfolds right in front of them.
Let's see if we can help people. Watch yourself. Oh.
The terror was captured by law enforcement at the scene.
We gotta get this shut down! We gotta get this shut down! Please help! We got people jammed in cars. We're gonna have some fatalities.
Fortunately, there were no fatalities.
Now to the west of Newton, the Iowa State Patrol is still working to clear Interstate 80 after a huge multi-vehicle chain reaction crash. This is a live look at the crash scene. You can still see some emergency vehicles in the distance there. No traffic is allowed on a large portion of eastbound Interstate 80 right now. KCCI senior reporter Todd Magel is live along the interstate. And Todd, you got there shortly after the crash occurred. What did it look like then?
Steve, it was really a frightening sight to see so many crashed cars. Now, we are on Interstate 80. In fact, behind me, that's looking, we apologize, kind of into the sun there, but you can see traffic is still being taken off the interstate. It's getting off on this overpass and then getting back onto the interstate or going around to Newton. And if you look just to the south, you can see what I'm seeing on the interstate, which is basically nothing. There is no traffic from where we're standing anywhere east of this spot. There is some traffic coming from the west, though, and if you look just beyond the trees where that car's coming out, just beyond that is where this really bad crash was. Now, we shot some video of the crash. The Iowa State Patrol actually escorted us around this huge traffic jam to see the wreckage along I-80, and again, we're between Newton and Colfax, and the destruction really is just overwhelming. The State Patrol says there were 40 vehicles involved, mostly commercial trucks, and the most gut-wrenching pictures are those showing the State Patrol cars crushed underneath a tanker truck. The truck lost control on the ice. Now, luckily, the troopers were outside those patrol vehicles trying to help some other injured drivers just ahead of those vehicles, and they were not injured. Now, they were standing right in the middle. We were standing actually right in the middle of the crash scene. We saw dozens of trucks jackknifed and mangled, either on the interstate pavement or just in the ditch next to it. Now, several other passenger cars were also crushed underneath the trucks. The State Patrol reports no one was killed, despite some earlier reports that several people had died, but there were some serious injuries and many less serious injuries to drivers that were in this sort of whiteout conditions, a lot of snow, icy roads with vehicles coming over that hill, and they just couldn't really stop on eastbound I-80 once all this began. And sadly, most of the vehicles are commercial trucks in this crash, and that prompted a warning from the State Patrol.
The ultimate factor here is that people are driving too fast for the conditions out here, and when they get going too fast, they are not able to react and brake in time, and that's what we see with these multi-vehicle collisions.
And once again, we want to remind folks that Interstate 80, just east of Colfax, has been shut down since noon today. State Patrol says they'll let us know when it's reopened, but again, travel not advised because of the slippery conditions. The sun is out, but it's still very slippery, and there is also some drifting problems with blowing snow here near Colfax. We're live in Jasper County. Todd Magel, KCCI 8 News, Iowa's news leader.
Nice work, Todd. And Chief Photographer Donna Smith. The Iowa State Patrol were frantically radioing for more help. The troopers on the scene as one vehicle after another went careening into the pile. Listen as the radio calls highlight the chaos and confusion today on Interstate 80.
All cars responding, start diverting traffic at the 159 eastbound. Divert all traffic, eastbound traffic at the 159. Then you can take Highway 6.
Come on! We gotta get a car at the top of this hill. We need a, now, 1050, 1050, 1050. We got that one. Something whoever you got. Please help. Give me as many people as possible. Give me as many people.
That was just a short clip of what was heard this morning. We'll have much more from the moments during that huge crash coming up on KCCI 8 News at 6.
Now, drivers who were caught up in that crash and not hurt were taken by bus away from the crash scene into warmer weather or warmer indoor temperatures. KCCI's Bo Bowman is live at the Jasper County Sheriff's Office in Newton. Now, Bo, some folks that were involved in that crash are still at the Sheriff's Office tonight, right?
Yeah, Stacy, there's just a few left. Some have already gone off to a hotel or have gotten a ride. Now, some of the vehicles that have been badly damaged in this crash have been taken over to the Iowa Speedway. They're going to be hauling those over there all night. And you can see in some of this video we shot just a little bit ago just how intense this crash was. We were told by the Jasper County Sheriff's Office that most of the people staying in town overnight are over at the American Inn just down the road from us here at the county jail. One man talked to us who was driving his semi-truck with his son and dog in the cab with him. He says it was surreal to be in the middle of an accident that large. He considers himself blessed even though his truck was totaled. They weren't hurt.
You know, because like I said, I didn't really see nothing. It had already happened before, you know, as I was creeping up the hill. And then as you come down, you say, okay, here we go. And you try to stop. It's just too slick up there. You couldn't do it.
And you can see out here at the Sheriff's Office how windy it is. That's the flag just outside the front entrance, and you can hear the clips holding the flags in place bang against the flagpole there at a pretty steady beat, and we're getting blown around as well. And they're still going to be working on bringing some of those cars into the Iowa Speedway. I talked to their director of operations, and he's expecting to be out here all night long. We're live in Newton. Bo Bowman, KCCI 8 News, Iowa's news leader.